Created my custom, or did my review a bit earlier. Wasn't much though, it wasn't too much of a review.
As I live, all will die.
It's kind of a lazy review. Didn't play yesterday. I mean, I did play, but not Renekton. And it wasn't like really serious games.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn."
God damn it.
As I live, all will die.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Work the havoc.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Chaos will follow.
God, how do I get this mic out of my vision?
Minions have spawned.
Lasses cannot escape me forever. You are not my brother, traitor! It's all the same.
Miss 2.
First blood.
Shopping block.
An enemy has been slain.
Fuck! Very poor. There's 2 minions. 3 minions.
Destruction
But 3 all 3
approaches.
melees. Three melees and I missed the caster.
An ally has been slain.
slaughter
This is
will
terrible.
never end.
Oh, there he is.
You have slain an enemy.
Showing a flash.
Chaos will fall. Nothing will stop me.
Killing spree.
Do this wave.
An enemy has been slain.
Okay. This.
No suffering is too great.
Rampage.
to. I have so much gold, I should have base. And red trinkets.
There is no retreat.
An ally has been slain.
Cut them.
Oh, you bitch.
Legendary. An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Chaos will follow.
Legendary. Turret plating will soon fall. An enemy has been slain. Legendary. Has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
Destruction approaches. Lavish brutality.
This is the...
Nothing will stop.
Has destroyed a turret.
Oh, she's dead.
An ally has been slain.
There is no retreat.
a base real bad. Not paying attention.
Legendary. An ally has been slain.
Who's next on the chopping block? Nothing will stop me.
They're all here.
There's no retreat.
Treasure on his mid.
Chaos will follow.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Okay.
has been slain.
Embrace the joy.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Your team has destroyed a turret. Victory!
10.7. another red side game. Oh.
Not a problem.
As I live, all will die.
Garen. Is Warwick a farming jungler?
Will suffer as I have.
'Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn.
Nothing.
Minions have spawned.
Lasses cannot escape me forever. The slaughter will never end.
Okay.
Bring the ranks! Destruction approaches. Welcome the havoc.
blood. An ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy.
Lavish brutality.
Can't TP back, which is good.
No suffering is too great. Who's next on the chopping block? There is no retreat. Chaos will follow. Lasses cannot escape me forever.
An enemy has been slain.
The slaughter will never end. Light meat, dark meat, it's all the same. Leave them in pieces.
Oh,
An ally has been slain.
Lavish brutality. Chaos will follow.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Last cannot escape forever.
Shut down. Double kill.
Destruction
An
approaches.
ally has been slain.
Embrace the jaws of death. Cut them down. The slaughter will never welcome the havoc.
An ally has been slain.
Might be tough.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Destiny.
Killing spree.
Oh, Warwick is 5-1. I did not know that.
There is no retreat.
An enemy has been slain.
Chaos will follow. Next chopping block. I will tear the world asunder. Stay resolute.
Turret plating will soon fall.
It's all the same.
Has destroyed a turret. An enemy is unstoppable. Shut down. Your turret has been destroyed. An ally has been slain.
Should have stayed on tempo.
Shut down.
Welcome the havoc.
Has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Why are you doing it so late? Time. Shut him down. No, he's alive.
Leave them in peace.
An enemy has been slain. Shut down.
But like, why?
There is no retreat.
I hit my E. Or maybe I was silenced.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Slaughter will never end.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
Carnage.
Alright, that's his passive.
cannot escape me forever.
Shut down.
Destruction approaches.
I should have gone and red trinket.
Has been slain.
cannot escape me forever.
Go fight him.
Work the havoc.
An enemy has been slain.
Destruction.
Why are we going for Baron?
Your turret has been destroyed.
No suffering is too
Your turret has been destroyed.
There is no retreat.
Ally has been slain. Double kill. Your turret has been destroyed.
Lavish brutality.
An ally has been slain.
Slaughter will never end.
Has been slain.
Alright.
Shut down.
Oh!
You have slain an enemy. Your turret has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Defeat.
Ah. Damn, rough game. Oh, can't win them all. It's okay. So much damage. Third most gold in the game. side game.
Not a problem.
Vein top.
As I live, all will die.
Vein ADC. Assume so. Oh, it's Vein. Okay. Is it really Morgana, Cassandre bot lane?
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Welcome the
seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
Who's next on the chopping block? Renekton! Your carnage ends now! Destruction approaches. Will never end!
He has mana on.
There is no
What is that?
will follow. Lassus cannot. No, you don't! Nothing will stop.
First blood.
Embrace the jaws of death.
I don't know if he has that good of a wave clear. Okay. I think I can get here. Yeah, we'll crash. I don't think. Yeah, nice.
Lavish.
been slain.
Bramble. Okay, this guy's stone.
There is no retreat.
Has been slain.
What the hell? Oh.
Chaos will follow.
This game is ridiculous.
Lasses cannot escape me forever.
Stop blowing me off.
Nothing will stop me. Who's next on the chopping block?
An enemy has been slain.
Welcome the Hobbit.
Shut down.
Destruction approaches.
An ally has been slain.
Bask in their blood.
has been slain.
Nazis cannot escape me forever. There is no retreat.
Shut down.
Nothing will stop me.
An enemy has been slain. Enemy has been slain. Double kill. Turret plating will soon fall.
Destruction approaches. Lavish brutality. Who's chopping block?
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Oh my god.
The song between us.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
Hear the music.
An enemy has been slain. Double kill. destroyed a turret.
There is no retreat.
Well, him and his boyfriend are coming up here. Oh.
Nothing will stop me. Lasses cannot escape me forever.
Killing spree. Shut down. Double kill.
The fuck is he on the damage?
Your team
How do I
has
deal
destroyed
0
a
damage?
turret. Your team has destroyed a turret.
I don't think I can get there in time.
An enemy has been slain. Your turret has been destroyed. Killing spree.
In pieces.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Slaughter.
An enemy has been slain.
Who's next on the chopping block?
Rampage.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna carry that game. It's crazy how I deal like 0 damage to him even with armor shred on. So max health damage. That's with armor. Dude, it's a fucking essay.
Why play Cassante top? Well, he is amazingly tanky, his lockdown is incredibly disruptive, he is a brilliant duelist, and he can change forms to deal insane damage. However, his early game is not the strongest, and he has a very high skill ceiling to get the maximum value out of him. Cassante's passive is his abilities mark enemies hit. His basic attacks detonate these marks to deal additional damage. When in all-out form, this additional damage scales with his bonus armor and magic resist. Cassante's Q is a short-range, straight-line skill shot which deals damage to and slows enemies hit. If this hits at least one enemy, Cassante generates a stack, and when he has 2 stacks, it empowers his third Q. This changes the Q to fire a shockwave which deals damage to and pulls enemies towards him, stunning them. This ability is also an auto-attack reset, and when in all-out form, the cooldown of this ability is reduced. Cassante's W causes him to start charging, where he becomes immune to CC and gets damage reduction. Upon use, Cassante dashes in a direction, dealing damage to enemies hit, carrying them with him and stunning them. The range of the dash and stun duration are increased the longer the ability was channeled. When in all-out form, it no longer knocks back and stuns, but does increase damage. Cassante's E causes him to dash in a direction, although not through terrain, and grants himself a shield. When cast on an ally, he can dash further and also shields the ally champion. When in all-out form, the cooldown is reduced. Cassante's ultimate is a point-and-click ability. When used, he dashes behind the champion hit, pulling them to him and dealing damage to them. However, if this hits into terrain, he instead pulls them all the way through the terrain. While in all-out form, he can't go above 65% health, his armor and magic resist are massively reduced, and he instead gets a large amount of attack speed, armor pen, and omnivamp. For combos, with third Q available, E towards your opponent and use Q. Attack into W, throwing them in the wrong direction, and then attack again. From here, you want to ult them, and if it's through terrain, even better. Your abilities now have an insanely low cooldown, so spam your Qs and attacks using your W and E to chase your opponent down. For matchups, Cassante can struggle into tank killers,
jungle.
Casante is a proud monster hunter of the top lane, who transforms from a defensive tank to a lethal skirmisher. The city of Nazuma looks to him for his courage, resilience, and deadly power. He is both protector and apex predator. Welcome to the Casante Champion Spotlight.
I'm done holding back!
Casante is all about finding the perfect moment to prove your strength. So let's start with his ultimate, All Out. Cast All Out to target an enemy champion. If they collide against a wall, Casante knocks them through it. He'll pursue his enemy to the end of their path, dealing damage and stunning them. If Casante's prey doesn't hit a wall, they'll be knocked back a short distance instead, taking less damage. Whether his cast hits a wall or not, Casante shatters his Intofos to turn them into sharp blades, entering all-out form at the end of his charge. While he's all out, Casante gains attack damage that scales with his armor and magic resist. He'll also gain Omnivamp, scaling with his health. But be careful, because all that power comes with responsibility. In all-out form, Casante is no longer a tank. He loses a large chunk of health, armor, and magic resist. All-out form expires after a brief period, and Casante will be ready to tank once more. He can also recast his ultimate to exit the form early. Casante's passive, Dauntless Instinct, marks enemies that are damaged by his abilities. His next attack will consume the mark, dealing bonus damage based on their max health. In all-out form, attacks against a marked target will deal even more damage, scaling with Casante's bonus armor and magic resist. Casante's Q, Intofo Strikes, slams his Intofos in a line, damaging and slowing all enemies hit. If this ability hits an enemy, Casante will gain a stack. At 2 stacks, his next cast of Intofo Strikes will fire a shockwave, knocking all enemies toward him and briefly stunning them. In all-out form, Intofo Strikes will no longer slow, but its cooldown is reduced.
I will push them back, alone if I must.
Use Casante's W, Pathmaker, to begin charging a dash. Release to dash in a line, knocking enemies to the end and stunning them. During the charge, Casante is unstoppable and takes greatly reduced damage. Damage and knockback duration will increase with a longer charge. When Casante enters all-out form, Pathmaker's cooldown is refreshed. Casante gains even more damage reduction, and his charge speed and dash speed will increase. Enemies will also take more damage, but they will not be knocked back, so be sure to knock them out instead. Use Casante's E, Footwork, to dash to an ally or target location. Casante will gain a shield that scales with his max health. When you can, it's best to save your sidesteps for your friends. Footwork's range is much longer when cast on a teammate, and Casante will grant the same shield to them as well. You can use Footwork to jump to allies that are over walls, but your untargeted dash won't go the distance. Unless you're in all-out form. Intofo Strikes is your 1, 2, 3 punch for activating his passive damage. If you're able to attack between each Q cast, your opponent will crumble like the desert sand. Against stronger laners like Fiora or Darius, Casante needs to play smart. Don't let pride become your downfall. Use Pathmaker and Footwork to stay out of reach. Once Casante's powered up, his mid-game is pretty flexible. He's a capable match for any 1v1 if he's ahead, so he's free to split push and roam the map as needed. When it comes to teamfights, your primary job as Casante is to protect a large group of very important people. Your team, of course. Stick with your backline and peel, and save your ult for when the best defense is a good offense. That's your moment to go all out on your prey.
I went all out. You did not.
All Out relies heavily on finding the correct positioning, since its impact is much greater when used against a wall. Use Pathmaker and Footwork to back your enemy into a corner. But remember, transforming is a double-edged sword. Make sure you land in a good place to take the weights off, or the hunter might become the hunted. A good leader knows the difference between when to act and when to lie in wait. Cassante will really shine if you're up for a challenge of decision-making and mechanical mastery. From protecting his allies to tearing through the enemy, he can do it all. Can you? Cassante, the pride of Nazuma, is here to finish every fight. Learn his lessons at the links below.
Okay, so skills with armor.
In light of your poor damage.
Complain about this.
New champions are almost always love 'em or hate 'em when it comes to player reception, and seldom are they ever unanimously so. Ever since I would say Ornn, roughly every new release has been met with extreme controversy, ambivalence, or apathy from the community, exacerbated with every year that followed until coming to a head with the birth of the 200 years meme. 2020 and 2021 produced arguably the most divisive editions in quick succession of each other, with champions like Yone, Samira, Viego, Gwen, Akshan, and Zeri empirically causing more harm than good for the game in solo queue and or pro play. In acknowledgement of this, the champion development team has made a conscious effort to be traded in League. As stated before, items are not balanced with a specific champion in mind. When looking at Infinity Edge, you're not just looking at how it affects Yasuo and Yone, you're looking at how it affects all eligible users. Therefore, if said item is problematic on a certain champion, to avoid compromising every other buyer, it's more practical to nerf the abuser instead. That is, if it only affects a small number of champs. If the item in and of itself is so ridiculous that everyone, including those that shouldn't, are buying it, then we nerf the item itself. But for the most part, champions are balanced around how well they can abuse items. Seldom is it the other way around. How does this involve Cassante, and why was it a mistake to make his base form defense? In two ways. Firstly, all champions, regardless of their class, stand to benefit greatly from defense. I know everyone likes to talk about how the best defense is a strong offense, which is true. You don't need survivability if you kill your opponent before they kill you. However, the inverse can also be true as well. The best offense is a strong defense, especially in League. If it takes you a while to die, that gives you more time to use abilities, and more often too. Tanks are mistaken for dealing lots of damage, not because they have high numbers and ratios, but because they survive long enough to go through half a dozen rotations, as opposed to squishy champions going through 2 or maybe 3 at most. Increasing your survivability is a roundabout way to increase your DPS, since the longer you stay alive for, the more likely you are to go through more rotations. In other words, there's a higher tendency for DPS champs to build defensive items than it is for tanks to build offensive items. That's the purpose of Bruiser items like Death's Dance, Zonya's Hourglass, Starrick's Gauge, what have you. Or sometimes they just straight up buy full tank items, Vayne or Kog'Maw with Randuin's or Darius with Deadman's. How often do you see a tank build DPS items though? Not too often, right? I mean, yes, we have Titanic Hydra on Sion or Demonic Embrace on Zac, but don't get technical on me. If you see Norn build Rabadon's Death Cap, you'd be grilling him for intent feeding, but you wouldn't be too concerned if you saw a Rek'Sai build Thornmail. So then, what would happen if we made a tank champion who converts defense into offense? That would be Cassante. You might be asking, how is that a bad thing? The answer is that tank items were never, and I repeat never, made with consideration for offense in mind. Prior to Cassante, and even after he came out, not once did the balance team wonder how tank items could be used offensively other than the ones that were intentionally designed that way, like Sunfire. Cassante is the only tank in the game with a full defense to offense conversion. You have a few champs who deal more damage based on their HP like Mundo or Tahm Kench, or sometimes there are tank ratios like Gallia with magic resist or Malphite with armor, but that has nothing to do with the tank itself. Moreover, tank scaling ratios are not conversions, just ratios. The balance team judges tank items based on how efficiently they, well, tank. Cassante is different because not only does his entire identity revolve around tank items to deal damage, but he actively converts HP, armor, and magic resist into attack damage, lifesteal, etc., and his entire playstyle changes compared to Malphite, Rammus, and Galio who play exactly the same whether they have 0 tank stats or 5000. What is the appropriate conversion for this? How much armor should equate to how much attack damage, and how wide should the margin for error be? No one knows because no such thing has happened before, and frankly should never have happened. I should clarify that Cassante's abilities at base form are perfectly fine in my opinion. Dauntless Instinct is a fine passive to have. It gives him a very basic trade combo of Q, auto Q, auto Q, auto. Speaking of Q, Nutofo Strikes is also fine. 2 bonks of damage followed by a shockwave that knocks enemies toward him to make it easier for him to keep attacking. I think it's fair for the cast time and cooldown to increase based on health and resistances, and the armor and MR scaling is fine too. Continuing on, Pathmaker is also fine. Remember, we're talking in its normal state. The more tank stats he builds, the more damage reduction he gets. Considering he's a warden, being a frontline base for his team is exactly what he's supposed to do, and that push forward stun is also fine. Footwork, despite having a comparatively shorter description, is arguably his most important ability. You can use it for all kinds of mix-ups or movement options in battle. You can use it aggressively by dashing to a minion to get in range for Q. You can use it to gap close on an ally who's about to get attacked and press W to face tank for them, so on and so forth. Complicating his otherwise perfectly acceptable moveset though is all out, throwing a wrench into everything. Without even looking at the stat conversion, let's go back to all of his abilities. His passive now does bonus damage and is converted to true damage, specifically % max health true damage, which no tank should have under any circumstances. Q has a shorter cooldown, letting him spam it like Yasuo and Yone can. W changes from displacement crowd control to a damaging ability. E can dash faster, farther, and through walls. Suddenly, a champion who just a moment ago was a slow, bulky tank can now shred you to pieces in a matter of seconds, while still retaining some semblance of his old tank personality. Q doesn't slow anymore, but it still has the knockup. W doesn't have the stun and knockback, but still has the damage reduction, a stronger one at that. E now has way more movement options that he didn't have before, and all of that with a lot more damage. What keeps a shapeshifter like Jace balanced is that 75% of his power budget is housed in each of his forms, mandating that you expertly use both of them to the best of your ability for that 150% total output, as relying on one or the other at a time renders you weaker than any other champion in the game. In addition, by switching between forms, Jace misses out on the inactive form's abilities and whatever edge they give him until he switches back. Cassante's all-out form doesn't follow that same creed. His base form operates at 100% and all-out form is more of an empowerment, boosting him to 150. But unlike other steroid ultimates where it gives you more of what you were already doing, Cassante gains access to an entirely brand new playstyle and option selection while keeping the stuff he already had before. Mind you, I'm not saying Cassante's ultimate shouldn't be a net positive for him, that's kind of a point of a steroid ability, but with this initial status as a warden transforming into a carry while retaining all aspects of being a warden is why this is such an issue. Not to mention he can enter and exit this state at will, so he can rely on his durability from being a warden with all the tank items he buys. Then as soon as you burn your cooldowns on a champion who understandably is difficult to burst down when he has hundreds of armor and MR, he can then take advantage of your exhausted resources by transforming into a Yone and beating your ass. Switching from tank to damage in other games is fine because usually the opponent can keep fighting no matter what, but in League we have cooldowns and finite resources. We don't want to burn him when he's in tank mode, but we have no choice. Secondly, Cassante still retains the utility, scaling, and other aspects of the tank items he purchases. Even though during his all-out state he loses his tank stats in favor of damage and omni-vamp, all scaling metrics account for his original stat line. For instance, the HP scaling on Gargoyle Stoneplate takes into account his HP before losing it, so he still gets the full benefits of items and his abilities, on top of the extra effects while in all-out state, the bonus AD and omni-vamp. He practically gets the best of both worlds. Once again, tank items were not designed to be used in offensive connotations, so they never took into account how strong they would be if you had a champion who took the armor, health, and whatnot and could play like a Yasuo or Riven. Iceborne Gauntlet, Gargoyle Stoneplate, Force of Nature, Frozen Heart. These things assume the champion building them will deal far less damage than what Cassante can output in all-out form. Consequently, he received multiple nerfs across all aspects of his kit, and yet still boasts an extremely high presence in high elo and pro play with a decent presence in low elo. Even though his win rate suggests he's not that much of an issue, it's very much a case of Azir syndrome, where most people don't properly know how to use him, and to be fair, he is difficult. Those who do, however, are in control of one of the most broken champions in the game. Cassante's most vulnerable state is definitely the early game before he gets to stack resistances, but once he does get a few items under his belt, he scales ludicrously fast. Despite all the nerfs, his conversions and ratios are measured as if he's a damage dealer, so when he goes all out, he does roughly the same DPS as what you would expect from a Fiora, Riven, Jax, Yasuo, etc. At the same time, his base form is measured to be just as tanky as a Shen, Poppy, or Braum. So in fights where he's going to be taking a lot of damage, he can meat shield, or in skirmishes, he can go damage mode. That freedom of choice is a privilege accessible only to him. No one else has a stance change they can activate and deactivate at will. The closest one would be Gnar, but his base form is the squishy one, not the tanky one, and the transformation is involuntary. Too much coverage is what it is. If you're a top laner and you play tank, you forego the ability to carry your team, instead choosing a more support-oriented playstyle in light of your poor damage output. Vice versa, if you play carry, you have one less potential frontline base, which is usually delegated to top and support. K'Sante can be the tank and the DPS. He can exploit the defensive benefits of items while turning their stats into offensive benefits when they were never intended to be used that way. If it were merely the base form, like if Fallout was just the active part and didn't come with the buff after, I think everyone would be perfectly fine with this, since tank form K'Sante still does a ton of damage, just over a longer period of time, but that's part and parcel of being a tank. In fact, that's what has me confused. K'Sante's normal kit would have made for a perfectly serviceable tank fighter hybrid. By adding all-out's conversion and transforming his W into a damaging ability, they overcomplicated things way more than they had to be. Instead of making him a hybrid between tank and hyper carry, they should have just made all out your typical steroid ultimate that gives him powered effects.
Yep.
Vengeance is at hand.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
There is no retreat.
"30 seconds until minions spawn."
Nope. Now they've pinged me, I'm not going.
Minions have spawned.
Lasses cannot escape me forever.
Okay. Didn't start him down.
Slaughter will never end.
slain an enemy.
Lavish brutality.
An ally has been slain.
No suffering. Destruction approaches.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh my god.
There is no retreat.
Oh my god. Trolling, 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 trolling.
Who's next on the chopping block?
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Work the havoc. Chaos will follow.
An enemy has been slain.
Masses cannot escape forever.
slain.
Bask in their blood. Will never end. There is no retreat. Nothing will stop me.
Down.
Welcome the havoc.
An enemy has been slain. Enemy killing spree. Shut down. Enemy double kill.
Lasses cannot escape me forever. Destruction approaches.
Enemy killing spree. Turret plate will fall soon. An ally has been slain.
Nothing will stop me.
Enemy double kill. An enemy has been slain.
Welcome the havoc.
Enemy rampage.
Chaos will follow.
You have been slain.
Dude.
Lasses cannot escape me forever.
I can't believe I'm dying this much. This is crazy.
Next on the chopping.
An enemy has been slain. An enemy dominated. Double kill. Enemy double kill. Has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain. An enemy is gone. Enemy double kill. Enemy triple kill.
Fuck is this chat?
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
Slaughter will never end.
enemy has been slain.
Let me give you a hug.
Lasses cannot escape me forever.
Holy shit, I'm 5 CS per minute. What is this?
Lavish brutality.
Has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Who's next?
Literally 5 CS per minute, holy shit. What the fuck?
An enemy has been slain.
Embrace the jaws of death. There is no retreat.
Enemy is legendary. Enemy double kill. Enemy double kill. Enemy quadra kill.
The slaughter.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Nothing will stop me. stumbling block. Lavish brutality.
That's real cool.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
Welcome the havoc.
2 and 5. Just
The slaughter will never end. Cut them down.
oh,
Unavoidable outcome. Shame.
what a flash.
Destruction approaches. masses cannot escape me forever.
Enemy killing spree. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Vast in their blood.
Enemy killing spree.
Lavish brutality. Stop me.
Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
Carnage.
Shut down. Enemy rampage. An enemy has been slain. An enemy is legendary. Ally has been slain. Is legendary.
Ah. Only 6.
Your turret has been destroyed. Enemy has been slain. Your inhibitor is respawned. You have been slain. Enemy double kill.
Fucking true damage.
An enemy is legendary.
Oh my god.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Enemy has been slain.
destruction approaches.
An ally has been slain.
Can't move. Holy shit, 4 seconds.
A summoner has disconnected. Defeat.
Oh, God. But like... like 6 years? $6.6.